That is the confusion we find ourselves in, because very little is coming forth. Only perhaps if we can get records from the current hospital where the CS is said to have been rushed there, although there are some reports that claim that he arrived there when he was already dead. So we cannot be able to pinpoint on where we can get information on exactly his health. But what I've tried to engage Honorable Manje on the same. Yesterday, the CS was up and running. He was at Uhuru Park. We've seen pictures that are now making rounds on social media. He was full of life, the general that we've known, and of course, it's from there that many are trying to retrace his steps. It is said that from that meeting where he met the president, and then that we've been told that he went to his other office at Nyayo House. His official office is of course at Harambee House, the office of the president. That is where he operates from. But we understand he passed by Nyayo House in another office, and then we are told that around 9:30 is when he was at his home here. So if the president says he spoke to the late Nkaissery at around 9:30, then the president could have been perhaps the last person to get in touch with the late CS. And then another information that we were able to gather at Lee, they are saying that when he reached home, he changed into his pajamas. Of course, they said that is a person who's been very active. He exercised. That is the march. That is what Kajiado Central Member of Parliament Elijah Memusi said, of course, quoting the bodyguard to the CS. He says that is the last person that was with the CS, and the bodyguard confirmed that when he reached home, the CS had exercised, as is his norm, before going to bed, and that was around 9:30 thereabout. So that is as much as we can be able to trace his last movement. So if the president spoke to him at around 9:30, then perhaps that could have been the last call to the CS. But as we've said, until we get that communication from the doctors at Karen Hospital, and maybe what will again come out of the post-mortem once it's conducted at the Lee Funeral Home, then that is the time we can be able to actually tell what exactly. We also spoke to some of his staff, and they are saying when it came to team building, the CS used to lead from the front. He was very active, and they said that at any given time you'd always see him exercising. And this is the CS. He liked walking around, even at Parliament. There are moments you could see him walking from Harambee House to along Harambee Avenue. That was very common of him. And being a general, being from the Maasai community, he used to walk very fast. So in terms of fitness, that one we can at least confirm that he was a person who was very, very active. So issues to do with if some are saying that perhaps it could have been a cardiac arrest, then perhaps they will have to find out what exactly could have resulted to that, because they are saying he was very active and he ensured that in team building activities for this ministry, he used to lead from the front. So that is what we've been able to gather from the staff that we were with around at the Lee Funeral Home. Everybody being shocked about what perhaps could have been the possible cause of his death. But as we've said, from Uhuru Park, it is said he went to his private office at Nyayo House, and then from Nyayo House, where it is said that he joined a couple of friends, and then from there he came straight home. And then at around between 9:30 or 10 or thereabout is when it said that he collapsed, but only to be rushed at the nearby Karen Hospital, which is less than 2 kilometers from where we are. Reports say that he arrived there when he was already dead. So those are some of the details, scanty as they are, not official, that we've been able to gather, Yusuf.